So this is the unit 2 of big data analysis. Okay, so we have already learned about some big data features, challenges, traditional large system, why does it fail, 3 P's of big data, types of big data, GFS, HDFS, and its cluster module, local pseudo and fully distributed system, and configuring XML file. Okay, so we are in the second unit of that. So writing map reduce programs. Okay, so after doing actually introduction of big data, we are actually implementing the analysis over data or using map reduce program. So I would be explaining what does this even word means. Okay, so firstly, what is a map reduce? What is this means? It is a very important topic. So it is basically a program which we use. Actually, it's a big data analysis. It's a subject. Okay, so I want to do this. I have to do something else to achieve my results, achieve my analysis. Okay, so I will make a program. Example, for every cooking a meal, you have to start from the basic, like to boil eggs. Okay, you have to make something. So for big data analysis, I have to make a program which is map reduce. Okay, explain diagram which you will easily understand by this topic with. Okay, so firstly, what we will do, an average case in any scenario in traditional file system or big data, we firstly input the file. It means that any data we have, we just input it in a program. Okay, then we will have our map function. What is map function, what will it do, we will get there with. So stay with me till here. Okay, so this map and reduce, these are two different things. Okay, so we will be having firstly input data. It will input data in a map function, and the output of the map data will be the input of the reduce function. It means it will be doing something, some task, and the output of this task will be given to the reduce function. Okay, um let's have two reduce function. Okay, so both will be acting as an output to both reduce systems. Okay, and this map function output is the input of reduce function, and the output of reduce function is the actual output of the program which we'll be getting in the last. Okay, and now we will be learning how this all things work which I am saying. Okay, so classic map reduce, what does it do? So we have already seen about HDFS cultures like name node, which was the master. Okay, like say loud with me, like data node, which was slave. And then we have secondary name node, which was like a manager. And then we have job tasker and task tracker. Okay, so these were the name nodes we had there. No, there's not like significance between two, but let's see. A job runs in a classic map reduce is this is a functioning of all which is going to happen in map reduce. And we have to use writing a map reduce programs by weather dataset, understanding Hadoop API for map work. It means we have to write weather data with using a weather dataset. It means the big data which dataset from a weather dataset, and framework. Okay, so now the client which submits the map reduce job, the job tracker which coordinates with the job run, and the job tracker is a classic, it's a Java application. It all is a program and it runs on Java. Okay, this is the most key point of that, and we will see in the next units that how non-Java developers can also use this BDA assessment analysis in their study. Okay, so be with me. Okay, so then we are going to having this this is a very easy diagram, and then if we go in depth of that using these tech terms, so then this will be reduced as firstly a map reduced program is set. We have a map reduced program with us which runs a job. Okay, and whichever runs a job is under the job tracker, because we know that job trackers does only one thing, which links are me to my application. Okay, so whenever the program is running, we have a job tracker, and then this is all in going in Java. Okay, and this is on what Java inclines Java virtual machine. Okay, so this is a client node. Okay, this is a part of the program. All these diagrams are really nicely I've composed in a very last minute notes, so you can actually go through them. I am just giving out briefly what you have to study if you are watching this a day before exam. Okay, this is the something which you will memorize it, or you know something about what is the subject. This is the first part of the diagram, and secondly we will have the job tracker which will initiate this job, and then we will having because task tracker is very much if job tracker is there, there has to be a task tracker. Then after that, the second part of this is to get new job. Firstly step was to run job by job tracker. Secondly is to get new job. Okay, then thirdly we will have to initiate a job, and fourth we have to submit a job. Okay, then we will have to because we know that after from job tracker and task tracker, how they communicate with the heartbeat. Okay, so they return heartbeat to one another. Okay, then we will have to retrieve the input slits, and then we will have to retrieve the job resources. Like these are the steps which we have to follow from by in writing map reduce programs to the client sites to destination. Okay, and then we have to launch the task tracker, launch the task. Okay, then we have to just enter run. So this is how our program will be running of reduced task. Okay, so these are the steps, but in weather data sets exclusively you have to work on weather data set. So let's get into that. What features we will be getting. Okay, firstly is data format will be a variety of data. Okay, so it will be of ASCII format. Okay, each line is being recorded, is a record, and then the data files are organized by dates. Okay, and by date and weather station. Okay, then we will be having this diagram, we will be using it. So example, if we input the values of data set, ASCII values, example like 000067112 0012041104829123. Okay, so these are the input which I have put it, and then map function will be there. We have seen firstly map function is there, then we have to reduce it. Okay, so mapping it, we will be getting it in the form of pull out. Firstly raw data is there. Okay, then we have to make it in um, function like of air temperature of map function. Okay, so this can be in 190, 150 or 0, 150, 22, 1, 49, 1, 184, 2. Okay, then what will we do? We will be shuffling it. Shuffling is also a function which will be using it. So what does this function do? It will be compressing all the data. Like this is the big data we have been given, and then it will getting shorter and shorter. Okay, by shuffle function, and then we will reduce it. So 149 will maybe 1 2 or something like that. Then we will reduce it. So when we'll be reducing it, we will be getting, or there will be more outputs. Okay, so after reducing it, we will be getting only 1 or 2 values. It means that this much of large volume of data only compressed to this 2 lines. Okay, so this itself is a very big win, because we have to deal with so much raw data. So this is what this function do. Okay, so now old and new, because has given old and new do where the data set. Okay, so we will be getting on that what are these differences. Okay, so first difference is old new API and old API. So what are the differences will be? So firstly, of mapper and reducers. We know what is mapper and what is reducer. Firstly, mapper is a function and reducer is the compression of the function. Okay, so new API, what does it does? It uses both as classes. Okay, and old API uses them as interface. And then secondly is in package form, because we are using purely Java in this. So if you are a Java developer, you will know what we are actually talking about. So new API is in this dot Apache dot Hadoop dot map reduce form package name is this. Okay, and then old API is in org. Okay, org dot Hadoop. Okay, Apache dot Hadoop dot map red package. Okay, सिर्फ DUS and USC लगा है बस. Okay, thirdly package we have in the user code to communicate with map reduce system. So how does user code is affected? So for context of object to content in it's used in object communication, and in this we use both. The system use different things. It use job configuration. Okay, then fourth difference is control. Job control. Job control is done through job class. It's in job class, and then in this to job client. So these are the major differences for that. So after that, just one more 5 differences will be learned. Okay, so reduce method pass value. What is this? Reduce method pass value is java.lang.iterable java dot lang dot iterator able enter. These are the differences between old and new API. So we have covered this framework, old and new API. Okay, so we will be learning basic programs in that. What are the basic programs in these functions? Okay, so before going into depth to this, we will be just learning that what actually are the programs. So firstly, we will be starting off with the driver code. Okay, because it will initialize the job and control कि कहाँ पर आउटपुट फाइल स्टोर होंगी. ओके, सो लोकेशन ऑफ आउटपुट फाइल. So all the code of Java will be there in this. The code is actually present in the notes, very elaborately I have written, so you can actually go and check out that notes in this link. Okay, secondly is the mapper function. As we know that firstly input code and then the mapper function, mapper code, that what the mapper function will be do. The mapper code is for that, for map function. Okay, then thirdly we will dealing with reducer code. Okay, what does reduce function will do? So reducer code, and then we will be going on that. Okay, after that what does this record reader do? अब record reader क्या होता है? ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ मैपर फंक्शन के पहले होता है जो कि इनपुट को रीड करता है. ओके, सो इसमें बस ये है कि वो जो डेटा है, जो इतना बड़ा डेटा होता है, वो चंक्स में डिवाइड हो जाता है. जैसे अपन ने देखा था कि मैप में आते ही ये चंक्स में डिवाइड हो गए थे. तो यहाँ पर जो है, यहाँ पे डेटा जो है हमारा रिकॉर्डर जो है वो रीड कर रहा है. ओके, बिकॉज हमने देखा है कि वेदर डेटा जो है वो रिकॉर्ड में स्टोर होता है, इसलिए वो जो है रिकॉर्ड है वो रीड कर रहा है इसे. ओके, देन उसके बाद आता है हमारे दो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट फंक्शंस जो कि है कंबाइनर एंड पार्टनरशिप. ये शायद स्मॉल मार्कर्स या फिर उसमें भी आ सकता है. ओके, सो कंबाइनर में क्या होता है, जो कि हमने आउटपुट निकाला है मैपर फंक्शन का, gives the summary of map function, mapper code. ओके, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे हमारे पास ये सेमी रिड्यूस स्टेट में होगा. एंड पार्टनर क्या करता है, यहाँ पर बेसिक मैप रिड्यूस डायलॉग को ये इंटरमीडिएट हो जाता है मैप के आउटपुट का. मतलब मैप फंक्शन और रिड्यूस फंक्शन के बीच का ये जो गैप है ना, ये पार्टनरशिप करता है कि कॉन्फ़िगर और गेट पार्टनरशिप के यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, क्या फंक्शन है, कॉन्फ़िगर क्या करना है. तो सिर्फ ये चीज़, और बस इतना ही था कि रिकॉर्ड रीडर क्या करता है. रिड्यूसर कोड हमने पढ़ लिया कि कैसे रिड्यूसर कोड हमने अभी हमने ड्राइवर कोड पढ़ लिया, हमने मैपर कोड पढ़ लिया, और इसके बाद रिड्यूसर कोड भी हमने देख लिया. ये थर्ड इसका रिड्यूसर कोड था फॉर रिड्यूस फंक्शन. रिड्यूस फंक्शन क्या करेगा फिर, उसके बाद ये था. और फिर इसमें रिकॉर्ड रीडर का हमने पढ़ा कि क्या करता है कंबाइनर पार्टनरशिप. बस इतनी से हमारी सेकेंड यूनिट थी. सो एक सेकेंड यूनिट यहीं पे ख़त्म होती है. आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. स्टे ट्यून्ड एंड सब्सक्राइब फॉर